Alright, welcome back for another episode of Minecraft Survival Guide. This will be episode 6, where we're going to go over the importance of fishing. The last episode we kind of got set up a little bit. We got the end portal going, which I'll go over that later. I actually found where I'd like to place my base, which I just want to go over really quickly, just for anybody who is curious. I decided to put my base over here because if you remember in episode 1, we found a mine shaft, and that mine shaft had a skeleton spawner in it. And so right below this area is a skeleton spawner. And so I wanted to build my base kind of near that skeleton spawner because I think that that would be a really good resource for arrows, bones for bone meal, etc. So this is where the layout for the build's going to be. I think that this is how I'm going to do it. I might change it, so don't quote me on that. But for now, this is kind of the layout of where I want my house to be, with a lot of the basic necessities and things like that. And then below here, I'm going to be putting my main sorter, my automatic sorter that will sort everything where it needs to go and basically have an inventory room underneath here. And like most people, experienced Minecrafters will know that they spend quite a bit of their time in their sorting room, or at least where their inventory is, trying to find stuff or get stuff for builds and whatnot. And every single time that we go into this sorting room, it will basically turn on the skeleton spawner, which will give us that inventory. And we'll have that in a later episode showing you, because I haven't done anything with it yet. But we will go over that, and I'll show you how to build an automatic collecting system for all the loot and everything that the skeleton spawners are going to drop. The way that I do it, I mean, you can do it so you can get experience where you have to kill them manually. I'm going to do it where you don't have to do anything, it just collects the loot, and so you can get experience doing other things. But there are other videos out there showing how to make it experience farm if you're doing something, or if you want something more like that. But for today, we're just going to go over how to collect food and experience and loot all in one thing, and that is with fishing. As you see, I've kind of already built this area, and I built it out so there is a safe spot so you can fish all throughout the night, which the nighttime you'll actually get a lot more fish biting. And I've been doing this for a couple hours now, and I've actually collected quite a bit of stuff. I mean, I originally started with, here, let me block this out real quick. Oh, dang it. Do not want people coming, or mobs coming in behind us here, so I'm going to block this out real quick. And you can put a door here, or however you want to do it. I just basically make it where nothing can get in this area, and then just kind of build this out. And also something I do, I went in the nether and got some magma blocks, and I will actually put a rail system underneath here just to collect all the loot that drops from the mobs. Because you'll get mobs like this. I mean, you can actually use your fishing pole to pull them in, and hopefully we'll actually see some of that maybe here in a little bit. The one thing you have to be careful with is, oh, here we go. See, here's some mobs coming in. They're attracted to me. Then they're just gonna die to this magma cubes here. It can get a little loud, so I apologize about that. Perfect time to eat, I guess. And once I build the rail system underneath this, it'll actually pick up all this loot and put it in a system, or put it in a spot where you can actually get it. And we'll go over that here in a second. But for now, I started off with a regular fishing pole, this one right here to be exact, and I eventually upgraded, and found more and better fishing poles. Most of the stuff in these two chests are all from fishing. Not to mention, I've gotten a lot of levels and stuff like that. You get a lot of really cool fishing rods. This is one that I was using for a while until I got the one without the curse, as well as it has. This is basically the best fishing pole that you can get in the game. Unbreaking 3, Mending, Luck of the Sea 3, and Lure 3. And the reason why I like to do fishing is, one, it gives you a lot of food that you're going to need anyway, which I've already cooked quite a bit of food already. I do need to get some more charcoal or coal to be able to cook all those. But it's a really good way. And once you get to this fishing pole, and believe me, it takes a while to get, I think I probably fished for probably a good 2 hours. And forewarning, it could be addicting because you never know what you're going to get. And sometimes you get some really cool stuff. For example, enchantment books. And when you get one like this, which you only get one out of the four, depending on what you put it on, you can get a lot of really cool stuff. One of the greatest things that I've found, let me see if I can find it here, is we finally got a fortune. Oh, where is it? Loyalty 3, that's going to be good. Smite. Fortune 2, there it is. As well as I know that I saw a silk touch in here somewhere. So we're going to be able to use the silk touch on our axe to be able to go get our book. Yep, there it is. Let me put these where they need, so I can find them easier. All right. And I'm going to be putting this Fortune 2 on my diamond pickaxe so we can go down and actually get a lot more diamonds for our buck, as well as I'd like to get a mending book eventually. It's really rare. I'm hoping to get at least an enchantment book from a librarian eventually, so we can get some mending on our stuff, so we don't have to go through all of our stuff, especially when you're mining stuff for fortune, because most of this stuff when you're mining, those kind of things give you experience anyway. But I'll also show you how to mend your equipment without actually killing something or needing to mine anything, because a lot of the times we're just using our pickaxe to mine regular blocks that don't give you any experience, and the majority of it's going to be coming down to cooking things or smelting things, and just making sure that you have your mending item in hand. If it's your armor, it'll do it automatically as long as everything in your hand's not sucking up the experience. But for now, since I've already kind of fished out quite a bit of stuff, which I couldn't be happier. But the reason why I build it this way is, one, you could be in here all night. I mean, as long as it's lit up. I mean, monsters might come towards you. Skeletons, for example. I'd really like to get that skeleton over here. So you can use the fishing rod to actually pull them into a spot where they're not going to hit you. And then let them, let the magma cubes here do their job and collect all that. But for right now, we're going to build the mine cart system underneath and show you how to collect that stuff so you don't have to keep going down there. Okay, let's empty some of our inventory here. Of course, this is all full already. Let's go like that. We don't need that right now. And Grindstone also, with all these other stuff that you don't want the enchantments on, use the Grindstone and it'll actually take these enchantments right off. I mean, I'm kind of putting a lot in this video, but there's a lot of positive things with fishing early game to get you started and rolling into a really fantastic start. Honestly, it's one of the first things I like to do just for that reason, just to be able to get all these enchantments. But also, if you have a Grindstone, which we're lucky enough to find one in our first village, as we saw in our first episode, the fact that we have that already, I mean, you can make them pretty easily, but they never go away, and you can grind off the enchantments, which will actually give you experience to be able to enchant other things in the future. Another thing to have is an anvil, because a lot of the times you'll get like things, like bows, for instance. If you want to add these two together, you'll need a anvil to be able to do that. And I'm just going to use this as an example here. Let's just grab two of these. I'm not actually going to do it here, but let's say you put two in here and it'll actually create this next thing. You see that the cost is 18 experience. Sometimes when you actually move these back and forth, oh look, so you get the same thing, same result, but for a lot less experience. So make sure that we're putting that in there correctly. Just to make sure that you're not wasting a whole bunch of experience when it doesn't necessarily need that much. Alright, so let's put this stuff in here just to empty some inventory here. And then we're going to go underneath the magma blocks here, make it look a little stairway. Definitely want to make sure that this is all lit up as well. And let's mine this out. Of course you find a little cave system in here. And what we're going to do is light this up and then block it off, because we don't really want mobs coming in from behind us here. So I'm going to... Actually, I think that was kind of a waste there. But let's do that. Just to get some blocks, because I don't think I had enough in there. Okay, so let's block this off. I like using cobblestone because it actually tells me that, hey, there might be something behind there that I've just blocked off. It's not your regular stone or anything like that. As well as like using like andesite or something like that. Andesite, I keep putting an R in there. I don't know why. Anyway, let's get back to what we were doing, not get sidetracked. Let's see here. So we got one block over. So that's what? 58, 57, so it's 59 is the one we're wanting. So it's this one right here. So let's mine in here. Okay, so there's our cubes. And we're going to have to mine down 2 spots and find the end piece here. And I like using magma cubes a lot. You're going to see them a lot in the build, especially for mob farms like we were talking about. Here, let's actually go back one more. Like the skeleton mob farm, things like that. You definitely want to use the magma cubes. They're really good source of being able to eliminate the mobs as well as not destroy the items before you collect them. And then, like always, let's see here. How many can we make of these? 8. I like using the granite, polished granite, specifically for my redstone builds. Because if I'm mining around and I see that, I know it's going to be a redstone build that I've done, which we'll actually collect a little bit more since we have some here. Because if you're mining this, you know, regular, you never know. It could just be, you know, something that needs to be mined out. But if you polish it, I know that, you know, that's not a natural block. It's a custom block, so to speak. And I'll know not to mine it because for me, it's the one block that I don't necessarily like to use in builds, but also I'll know it's a redstone mechanic. So what I'd start with is, and I don't think that's gonna work. Let's see here, let's mine this out. Might as well make it too wide. I can access it. Alright. So we're going to line this out and go all the way down to at least one past. And the way that mine carts work is you have to have a power source, and sometimes I'll use levers, but I don't have any stone on me smelted, which I could do really quickly, but I'm just going to show you an easy way to get these powered without that. So just a couple redstone torches, and then you grab your powered rails, and then one on one side. I'm going to get rid of this, put this on this side, and then you're going to put your rails in between. Okay, but before we get to the end here, one, you don't want the power source to actually hit your hopper. So we're going to go one, I like to go out one away and from the power source is what I mean, sorry. One away from the power source. Place a hopper, and then crouch, put your rail there, and then there you go, there's your main rail. I believe you could actually put this underneath here if you want it covered. And And then all you have to do is just put your block back there, and it's all covered up. For here, you'd want your chest system to be able to gather up all the stuff that's going to be under there. I only have the one chest right now, which I'll make it into a double chest here in a second. Main components for my favorite item in the game, which are these hoppers, are chest and iron. So anyway, that's part of it. So now you have a collection system to be able to collect all this stuff. Now how do we actually get this going? So let's put this other torch down here. Get this powered up. Cover that up. And you grab your mine cart, which we were lucky enough to get from one of the chests. I mean, we found quite a bit the first episode in that mine shaft. But then you put a hopper in it, and then that hopper in the chest or in the mine cart is going to go back and forth, because it's going to stop here, get powered, stop here, get powered, and it's going to go back and forth continually, picking up anything that might come through on those magma blocks. And it will come down in here, which we've already got some string. Awesome. So it's got a spider. And then we're going to hopefully get some mobs coming in here during the night. Ooh, perfect here. This is a perfect opportunity to show. Let's see if I can get this. Stretch. Can I actually get you? Oh, that didn't even work. How far can this go? Come on, man. No, I don't think it'll actually reach over there. You know, I was hoping to actually pull him in here. Maybe I could get lucky here. Because if you're too close... There we go. Oh, crap. Dang it. This is not what you want to do. No, 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 no. Run away. Well, anyway. Kind of see... but if you're standing really close, which that's what I wanted to show you... there's a possibility of them still blowing up. So let's see here. I'm gonna put a door in here eventually. But if you get close, look, no, don't blow up. You're gonna want to actually back off, especially with projectiles. Like you got a witch coming in here. Just have a area where you could just hide yourself away from any projectiles. But just like this witch, you pull them in. Yes. Come on. Get him. There we go. And pull him in. Get out of the way. And don't let him... Oh. Oh, dang it. He slowed me down. Anyway. And then you're just going to wait until they die. Stay out of the way. Oh. Dang it. Maybe even have a back area here. Just, you know, an area where you're not going to get hit by the projectiles like I just did. Obviously I have not tested this out well enough before I videoed it, but you know what, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is what you do to save yourself and get out of that situation. There we go. Okay, witches might not be the best to use on that, but anyway, you get my idea. You get the idea of, and sometimes they'll even collect these fish. I mean, if they'll swim in here, but I mean, salmon are pretty good about not swimming in there or be able to swim back out. If you want and you feel more comfortable, you could put these magma blocks one more down, and actually create a solid water source. The only reason why I don't want the constant or the solid water source is that'll turn this whole thing into solid water sources, which will eliminate the flow. So if you want it to go down one more level, it'll actually create that pull down, which could be a good thing. But if you fall into it, it makes it a little bit more risky of damaging yourself to be able to not get out of it, because it'll pull you down as well. So that's something to be aware of. For me, I mean, I don't come across very many witches. More or less, I probably would just kill them. Skeletons are really easy to drag in here. Drowns, that kind of thing, if you want to do that. But other than that, you just sit back and fish. And once you get to a point where you have... Oh, see, that's name tag. Amazing. Once you get Unbreaking 3, Mending 1, Luck of the Sea, and Lure 3, you're going to see the fishing going a lot quicker. During nighttime or when it's raining, it's a lot faster than during the day. As well as if you have fish in your area like that, it'll make it go faster as well. So it's a couple things that you'd want. See another fishing pole. Let's see here. Lure 2. I mean, that could be something that you use a grindstone, get some experience off of. And you can... oh, dang it. Oh, that... See, you got a mob coming in. It's also going to kill that fish. And bam. It's going to collect all that stuff under there. Let's actually go look and see what we've collected so far. I mean, it's only been a few minutes. Let's see here. See, we've already collected... I mean, this is the one block I dropped, so I mean... But so far, we've collected quite a bit of stuff. This right here is from the fish. That was from... This could have been from the witch, maybe? But yeah, as you can see, it's a good way to not only collect food, collect enchantment books, enchantments for bows and for fishing rods, but it's just a nice, relaxing way to gather up resources. Later on, a lot of this stuff's going to be used for potions. You got pufferfish for underwater breathing potions, things like that that are going to be very, very useful. It's definitely a good thing to start off your map doing, and as you see, it happens very quickly once you get this enchantment up. Please do not get frustrated. At the very beginning, I'll actually switch over here. I want to show you guys the difference between an enchanted fishing rod and a regular fishing rod. As you saw how quickly that was. If you have a regular fishing rod, yeah, you have fish, it's nighttime, but see how okay, wow, that was quicker than I expected. And you're not going to get as much enchantment slash what do you call it, loot. You're going to get more fish, is what I mean. You're going to get just more fish rather than the enchanted books and all that stuff. The Luck of the Sea is what you want for getting enchantment type items or just items in general, things that are not fish. And as you see, it's taking quite a while. So don't get frustrated at first, but once you spend quite a while, I mean, I think I spent a good 2 hours last night fishing up all the stuff that's in there, and gradually getting to the point where, okay, now I'm starting to, you know, I found a better fishing rod, not necessarily the best fishing rod, but okay, a mending fishing rod. Then you start using this mending fishing rod, and as you get experience, I mean, don't do it. I mean, if you have a little bit of red on there, that's fine. But if it's like basically you can't even see anything, you don't want to use it, or at least fix it up with another fishing rod. But then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I just found a better fishing rod. Which, where's that one fishing rod? Lure, okay. You put this in here with your mending and your lure. And of course, you want to make sure that you're putting it in here for the best cost, which, there you go, 6. Then you just gather, you get that, and you start using the Lure 2. And the Lure 2 allows you to fish a little bit faster. So you're going to have that speed increase. And then the mending will just mend it as you get experience from fishing, which will make it so it doesn't break ever again. And then as you go on and on and on, you're going to find more and more enchanted fishing rods, and then you just continually combine them to make better fishing rods. And then you're just going to have a quicker experience. See, that was actually one of the ones I used as a perfect example, and I actually got it to the point where it was completely healed up, and the durability was completely perfect. Let me see here. I'm trying to think. There was another fish. Yeah, here's one of my other fishing rods that I had the Curse of Vanishing, which Curse of Vanishing, if I remember right, is where if you die and you have it on you, then you lose it. It just disappears, and that's the curse that's on it. I eventually got to the point where I found one without the curse on it. Plus this one, I believe, yeah, it's Lure 2, when this one's actually Lure 3. But once you get this fishing rod, you're going to be set with getting a whole bunch of enchantments, a whole bunch of stuff. And again, it's kind of addicting because you never know what you're going to get. And so far, I mean, I would love to get Fortune 3 out of this, but Fortune 2 out of a fishing experience like this is amazing. And that's going to help me out quite a bit. You know, if I'm mining coal, if I'm mining diamonds, if I'm mining redstone, if I'm mining blue lapis, any of those things that are going to drop multiple items with Fortune 2 on it, you're going to get a lot more. So you're going to use that durability, but it's going to go a lot further. And again, I would probably not use your Fortune 2 pickaxe on regular, mining stuff like that, just so you're not using it up. But using it for the proper reasons, you're going to go really far in your map very quickly. So this is my guide on how to collect food, collect loot from mobs safely, as well as you could be out here all night long. And underneath this area, you're not going to get attacked by phantoms. And all these mobs might be attracted to you, but you're going to be collecting all this stuff while you're just fishing away. Well, thanks, and if you've liked this video, please consider subscribing and liking the video to help the channel out, to help us grow. And I hope to see you in the next video. Till next time, bye.